Hey everyone, my name's Kristen and welcome to my Cathedral Garden. If you're new here, I am a former elementary teacher who is now a homeschooling mama to 4 kids, and today I'm going to show you our laundry system. Before I begin, I do want to let you guys know that this video is a collaboration hosted by Anna from over at Just Making It Work. If you have been around here for any length of time, you guys know how much I adore Anna. She is an actual real-life friend that I've met because of YouTube. And what I love about Anna and what you will find on her channel are some amazing helpful hacks and hints and tips and tricks for how to run your home smoothly and how to simplify things in your life, and all kinds of good organizational tips and tricks, while also her still being real and relatable. She is a homeschooling mama of 6, and while you won't find perfection, quote unquote, anywhere on her channel, what you will find is a mama who is working on just making it work. And I simply adore Anna and her wisdom. So thank you, Anna, so much for hosting this. I'm so excited to show you guys what our laundry system looks like. Before we jump in, I thought I would give you a quick tour. I'm actually standing in the doorway to our laundry room, and that's right off of our kitchen. And so this big white cabinet is actually our pantry, and it is great. Then we move over to our cubbies, and I'll explain those in a minute. I have our one hamper, a washer and dryer, and then my stick vacuum, which I love. I have a robot vacuum, but this one is so great for quick cleanups. We use it every day, multiple times a day. I will link it down below. As you can see, it's not a big space, but it's completely functional. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of how I utilize the space we have. Okay, right here, this little white thing is the only hamper we have in the house, and it has wheels so it can roll from place to place. And what I will do is I will go to each bathroom and get clothes out of the dirty clothes holder that is in each bathroom and load it up in there, and then I will wheel it back in here and do laundry from there. It definitely works, and I'm going to show you how we make that work with a family of 6. Here is my laundry room secret weapon. It is this Cubby Organizer. You guys, I love this thing, and it took a little bit of rearranging before I finally moved it in here, but this has been the game changer. Obviously, there are 6 different slots, and there are 6 people in our family, so that works out great. And then we have 2 different colors for a reason. The brown ones are the boys in our family. So we have my husband's at the top, and then my oldest son's in the middle, and my youngest son's on the bottom. The same thing goes for the other side. The khaki ones are for the girls in the family. We have mine, or what used to be mine, on top, my oldest daughters, and then my youngest daughters. So what I will do is I will take their clothes from the dryer and I will sort them and put them into these cubbies. And you guys, these cubbies hold surprisingly a lot of clothes. However, they can't hold as much as a standard size laundry basket, which I found has helped me because it makes me wash more often. And it's also good because I now have my kids fold their own laundry. I will have them come and get their cubbies, and then I will let them watch a show, and they have to fold their own laundry. This has been great. Now, I'm not after perfection. I'm just after having it done. A couple of quick things I want to mention here for just a second. Number one is I actually don't use my husband and my cubbies for our clothes on a regular basis. My cubby is actually the holder of the missing socks, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. And my husband's cubby has clothes that he needs to keep around but doesn't necessarily want in his closet, such as like painting clothes when we're redoing stuff around the house, or hunting shirts, stuff like that. But normally I get our clothes out of the dryer just like this, and I will take it to the living room and try to fold it as they are still warm from the dryer, just to kind of cut down on wrinkles for our clothing. Now this works because it's just the 2 of us adults. My husband wears scrubs every day, so it's easy and not a lot of laundry as compared to my 4 kids who wear all kinds of clothes every day and get them very dirty or sweaty or what have you. That's a lot more laundry. So that is why this system, I feel like, works so well, is because I am not responsible for folding their laundry, and that is how I am able to stay on top of it, as well as have them not get overwhelmed, because like I said, while the cubbies do hold more than you think they would, it doesn't hold so much that it becomes just this huge, massive chore to have your laundry folded. Remember, I'm not after perfection. I'm just after the task being accomplished with as much excellence as they can muster with the maturity that they have. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, really quickly, I want to talk to you guys about the best thing I came up with for socks. It's probably the bane of every mom's existence, is what to do about socks or missing socks. And with a bunch of kids, we have a bunch of socks. So here's what I do for our kids. I don't do this for my husband and myself, but for our kids, this really helps me to cut down on missing socks or socks kind of everywhere, and where are they in the wash and stuff like that. So what I came up with was finding something that had one of these little tags. I'm gonna look and see if I can find anything like this online that has this, or like the little bucket that I had in my laundry area in our bathroom. But you hang an empty something wherever you are putting your dirty clothes. So before we moved into this house, we did not have a space for dirty clothes in the bathroom. We just had a basket at the bottom of my boy's closet. And so I had this either sitting kind of just on top of it, opened, or I actually think I had 2 of those little buckets that I showed you, those little like mesh buckets, and I believe those are from IKEA. But that's what the socks would go in, and it did take a little bit of time teaching them, sit down, take your socks off, and put them in this, please, and explaining to them why. So for the most part though, pretty simple and easy, they got it. And so what I do is all the socks end up in something, and it can get really, really, really full. So I will take that, and that is the last thing I will put on top of the dirty clothes in my hamper. So I'll put all the dirty clothes in there, and then I will set the container of socks on top. So that way it's in there. And then I will come, now these are all clean. Then I will come, and I have these little like wash bags, and there was a set, I want to say, I believe it was 6, maybe 8, of all different size zipper bags. And so I will divide it up depending on how many socks are there. I will divide it up in between them so that they're not overly full, and they're, you know, the socks have a chance to get washed. Let me see, I think I have some other ones. I keep these up here, pretend not to see my messy shelves, but this was another part of the set, just a smaller one. I keep these just in that bucket in my laundry room, and pretty simple, self-explanatory, easy to go. I will then divide the socks up and throw them in there with the wash and let them wash that way, then move everything to the dryer, and then comes the hard part, folding them all and putting them away. I will say a lot of the times this just ends up sitting somewhere on the couch, in here, whatever, and kids just, I'm like, just go find some socks. But at least they are all contained. And then other times we have a sock party, and while they're watching a show or something, I will have them do their socks. If there are socks that don't have a match, I do have a little, let me see if I can get this out without hitting the camera. This container. While I was editing this, I thought this section didn't make a lot of sense, so I am going to try again. This cubby holds all of my socks that don't have a pair after they have been washed and dried and folded. So if there's any socks that are left on their own, don't have a match quite yet, I will throw them in this cubby until the next time I do laundry. And then if there are socks left over from that load, I bring them to the cubby, see if I can find a match, which a lot of the time I do. And if not, they go into the cubby. And we repeat this process over and over and over again. Eventually this will get full of just one missing socks, missing soles. And so we will go through, and if it hasn't been found, and I know it hasn't been found in a long time, they get chunked. And then, you know, eventually, despite your best efforts, socks get lost. And sometimes we just say, let's just start over. So, as long as socks are on your kids' feet when they take off their clothes to put stuff in the dirty clothes, then you should be golden. I cannot help you though if your kids are anything like mine and socks get taken off everywhere else, like the trampoline or other places. So, good luck, go with God, but this has really saved my sanity for the most part. One more anecdote I do want to give to you really quickly that honestly just freed my sanity up in regards to laundry. And this was given to me by another mama of 4 a couple of years ago. She said, you want to know my secret? I quit folding my kids' laundry. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, it just gets messed up in their drawers anyway. So now I just put it in their basket and they have to go put it in their drawers. I quit folding my kids' laundry. I just set it in there. So if your brain can handle it, just stuff in the right drawers, but not necessarily folded, then here is your permission. Here's a step that you can just cut out, because if your kids are anything like mine, especially the ones that are small, their drawers don't stay folded anyway, at all. So here is a sanity saver from my heart to yours. Here's a step you can save. Mama, do with it what you will. All right, you guys, that's it. That is our laundry system. Hopefully you have found some things that are helpful for you or that you could implement in your own home. Definitely head over to the playlist. I can't wait to watch all the other videos and maybe put something new into the rotation that I hadn't thought of before. If you would not mind liking this video, if this is something you would want to see more of, that would help me out. And if you are not subscribed already, I would love it if you would hit the little subscribe button down below. And if you don't want to miss anytime I post a new video, be sure to hit the little notification bell. All right, you guys, see you next time.